All right, the EIDL loan. Boy, what a big day this has been. We have 5 videos for you, not 4, but 5. This is day 8 of this new channel. Today we got EIDL grant, EIDL loan, second stimulus check for America, and the CARES Act 2.0 along with a PUA update. Boy, a lot of great information, but let's get right to it. The EIDL loan. This is a video about the loan, not the grant. We got another one for you about the grant today. But if you saw online all the excitement in social media and on other channels, what was going on today, there was a lot of misinformation, and we're right here to give you the great information and the bad news right up front. The bad news is there is no new EIDL grant, and that the new EIDL loan is only for certain types of individuals or businesses in one particular industry, namely agricultural. Yeah, how dare they do that? The SBA went live today with a page, and some of you might have clicked on the page. It said EIDL loan grant, and the page looked like the original EIDL grant page. It looks like it. If someone sent you a link and someone's dropping in the comments on this channel, thank you, saying, hey, go look at this link. It looks like an EIDL grant page. Language is the same, questions are the same. In fact, one of our followers on Twitter said, hey, they went through it and answered all the same questions. But then when you're starting to get through it, you realize, oh, this is a little bit different. It's different for 2 reasons. It's not an EIDL grant. It's actually an EIDL loan. If you go to the SBA website and you go back and look at where this link is coming from, you actually see where they are telling you, here is the application. They're saying, this is for an EIDL loan for agricultural. It is not for an EIDL grant. So what does that mean? In the true madness or confusion back in April, when EIDL launched, there was the EIDL grant and the EIDL loan. And you know the L of EIDL, it stands for loan, so that makes it even more confusing. The grant is forgivable, you don't have to refund it. It's up to $10,000. The loan is a whole other ball of wax. And so a lot of you have been jumping into our EIDL grant videos coming about loan. This is a video about the loan. And so the loan, the SBA loan, the EIDL loan, that doesn't give you any advance, it doesn't give you money up front, that is doing a whole loan officer review of financial documents and everything and all that, is back live today, this Monday. But with a caveat. The caveat is it's only open for one industry, agricultural. How dare they? I mean, really? So, for reasons just not clear again, SBA decided to go live with an EIDL loan opening of funds, but only providing it for one industry, agricultural. There's no guidance, there's no clarity as to why this is happening. It's again sort of this incoherent process of which something sort of happens, and you don't know why. LALATE was communicating with some of our followers. You know, we have 250,000 followers at Twitter at LALATE. Follow us there. And in DMs, we were chatting about the original EIDL loan, and some of them actually got processed in the last 7 days. They had waited and waited and waited as their business suffered, and they finally got their loan approved, their original loan. These are not agricultural businesses, these are normal businesses. If you don't recall, the original SBA EIDL loan was open for all businesses up to 500 employees back in March, went all the way into April. And then suddenly one morning, it was gone. It was gone off the website. It said there was no more funds available, and a lot of our social media followers panicked. They were told that their loan was not processed and the money was just not there. So what about your loan? What about your original EIDL loan? We can tell you, we know the following, that if you applied for a original EIDL loan back in March or April, they are still being processed. I don't know why it's taking so long, I'm sorry, but they are still being processed. This is sort of a new entry for us. For this channel, the loan, the EIDL loan. We've been doing EIDL grants, for 8 days now since we launched on day 1. But this is our first EIDL loan story, but we have enough followers on Twitter that we've been communicating with over the last month about the loan that it has been just a microcosm of confusion, that they provided loan information, they did not get back, they did not hear from the loan officers, they didn't see the money. They weren't told anything's being processed, and then bam, suddenly some of them got their EIDL loans approved the last week of April. If if you applied for an EIDL loan, this is about the loan, this is not about the grant. If you applied for an EIDL loan, did not get funded, don't know what's going on, and like this video and want us to keep on reporting on it and staying on top of it and figuring out what's going on for you, like we're doing with all the other stories, drop comments below. Tell us when you apply for the EIDL loan. Don't need to know how much money it is. It's just the dates, when you applied, if you spoke to someone, what you heard back, what did they tell you, what troubles you think you might be facing, because this has become just this incredible community, this channel, in just 8 days, in which we're learning one and all from what other people are experiencing. It's sort of like a water cooler of information that we don't know how to deal with these processes until we just have a lot of us all sharing our information, and me putting it together and wrapping a bow onto you and say, hey, this is what I heard in the last 24 hours. I've got 500, 600 comments just since last night. And so I'm reading through all these, responding as best as I can. I promise I'll get back to your comments within about 4 hours, responding back to you if you subscribe and you like the video. But then I'm grabbing through them and figuring out, okay, this is a new thing. And trust me, I mean, I got stuff lined up for the other 4 videos today because of your comments. There's more coming through, more information, more revelations because of you, because of your comments, because otherwise we don't know what these tripping spots are. We can guess, but we ain't here to guess. We're here to get the right stuff. We're here to get you your money, to get you funded, to get your business on tap, to get you going. If you're a single individual, you're a single parent, and this has been a horrible ordeal, we're trying to figure out how to get you right. And the way we do that is not by just sitting on the internet and reading news articles from Fortune and Forbes. It's by dealing with your situation, because no one's reporting on this. No one is. I mean, why would us, LALATE, that's been doing news stories for 11 years and traditionally entertainment and sports stories, be branching out into financial news? Because there was a problem. There was a problem that no one was helping anyone, and we are here to help you. So for EIDL loans, if you apply for a loan, drop in the comments when you applied. Drop in the comments when they may have done a credit check. Drop in the comments what was the stalling point you think that you have encountered. Maybe a loan officer said something like, this doesn't match up or that doesn't match up. Then also drop if you when you last followed up. Now, if you've had success, please drop your success in the notes as well. You know, we gauge these situations based upon individuals' success and comments and individuals' troubles or walls they're facing in the comments. Now, I'm going to give you this tidbit here because I'm always trying to give you stuff that helps you, and this tidbit is as to EIDL grant, but I think it's relevant also to EIDL loan. So you're going to hear this repeated in the EIDL grant story. I'm hearing this new revelation just today that some of this EIDL problems with SBA, where's your money, why is it not being processed, that credit check was done, I'm waiting for my money, I'm not seeing my money, is stemming from a banking problem. The banking problem appears to potentially, and I'm not saying this is your situation, in some cases it is. Now, I didn't think, it's so obvious, but I didn't think about it until I saw it drop into comments. When you apply for something with a bank, I'll give you an easier example. Let's say you have two banks. You have a thin bank and a commercial bank. Let's say you have Fidelity Investments, then you have a bank at Chase. You have an account at Chase. And you want to transfer money from Fidelity Investments to Chase. And you want to transfer your account at Fidelity is in your corporate, is titled as a corporate account, Ralph's Roofing, LLC, but your account at Chase is under Ralph individually, Ralph Jones, let's say. And you try to transfer it, a lot of banks won't do that. They call that a third-party transfer. They also won't allow it to go the other way. They won't allow it to go from Ralph into Ralph's Roofing LLC. It's called third-party transfer. If you try it online, you'll see it sometimes generally will not work. What may be happening with SBA is people who went through the process, provided a checking or savings account number that did not match the exact language of the application. And what I mean is the following. If you put a personal checking or personal savings account but the application is in an LLC, it may not be processing for that reason, or it may be sending the payments and the payments are not being accepted because they're called third-party payments. The other possibility is just the nuance of just a few words off. You could have said Ralph's Roofing America LLC on the application, but the account that you have that you're asking for the money to go into doesn't have the word America in it. These slight differences create banking problems, and whereas you may actually be a process, you may actually be approved for an EIDL loan or an EIDL grant, you may not be receiving the money because of a slight wording error or inconsistency that you submitted during the process. So here's the update for Monday. EIDL grants are not back. $10,000 EIDL grants phased out in mid-April. They're not back. Who's getting them, how much they are, why are they delayed, that's another video. EIDL loans generally are not back either. Rather, today, EIDL loans for agricultural businesses went live, 500 employees or less. Third, and I didn't mention this before, and I'm going to drop it right now. If you really are an agricultural business, and hey, don't know who's watching this channel that is agricultural, but if you are, thank you for tuning in. SBA's giving advice about the following: apply right away. They're saying they just don't know how much funds there are for this EIDL loan for agricultural purposes, but to apply right away, because they say, again, they're worried that the funds may run out. The last thing to consider is, will there be another EIDL loan? Yes. I mean, I really think with CARE Act 2.0, which is going to be another video today, one of the 5 videos today, I really think there's going to be another EIDL loan or some type of other acronym loan from SBA that's going to be processed. Congress understands that businesses need loans. There's just a lack of lending out there for businesses, and there are, SBA sometimes processes loans that are much smaller, 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, 50,000. And when you're hearing PPP loans, you're talking about 5 million, 6 million, and 2 million, and 3 million, and $900,000. There's a need for these smaller SBA loans, and sometimes called bridge loans. So I really do think if you're watching this video and you want an EIDL loan, if you want an SBA loan, if you were impacted because of COVID-19 and you really need that loan, I do think that you need to tune in, you need to subscribe, and you need to follow us, because I think that when CARES Act 2.0, which is really on the front burner right now with Congress reconvening this Monday, I really think you could see an extra EIDL loan being processed. So a lot of great stuff today. EIDL loan, EIDL grant, PUA, second stimulus check, and CARES Act 2.0. As always, subscribe, follow us, and stay with us for more.